Hello friends, Ashish here. So welcome to the second class of trigonometry. So in the first class we have seen the basics of a right angle triangle. In this class we'll be discussing about Pythagoras theorem. So before that let's draw a right angle triangle first. So I'm drawing a right angle triangle here. So this angle is the right angle and let's call this angle as theta, and let's name the triangle. So this is A, this is B, this is C here. Okay, as we know, so this thing is hypotenuse. So will this thing is hypotenuse, so let's write it here, hypotenuse. Okay, this thing is opposite to it, the angle this side AB, so this is simply opposite and this is the adjacent. In other terms, we can also denote this triangle as something like this. So we also say hypotenuse as H for simplicity, and opposite as perpendicular, so we'll simply P, because it is perpendicular and this thing is the base. Okay, so what I mean to say is that in a right angle triangle we have something like this. So this angle is the 90-degree, this is suppose the theta, so this is obviously the hypotenuse here. Let's call this thing as A, B and C here. So this thing is obviously the hypotenuse. This thing, since it is opposite to it, so we call this thing as opposite, or we also call it as perpendicular, and the adjacent we call it as base. So this is hypotenuse, perpendicular and base. So what basically Pythagoras theorem is? So Pythagoras theorem, it deals with the measurement in a right angle triangle. So for that, let's draw a triangle first. So I'm going to draw a triangle, obviously a right angle triangle. So now I'll be following a convention of H, P and B because it is easier for us to understand it that way, or whichever way you like. I love that way, so I'll be following that thing. Okay, so now we know for this theta, so hypotenuse is simply the longest side, it's going to be here. H, that is opposite to the right angle triangle, so this is right angle, so this is hypotenuse. For this theta, the opposite is going to be perpendicular and this is going to be base. So now according to Pythagoras theorem, what it is, the square of hypotenuse, so that is equal to h square is equal to sum of a square of other two side. So h square is equal to p square plus b square. So this is as simple as that, isn't it? The sum of a square of hypotenuse, the sum of square of perpendicular and base is equal to hypotenuse square, or another way you can say the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of a square of perpendicular and base. Is it okay? So let's proceed further. Let's see another example here. We'll see another example how we can do it in another way. So let's draw a triangle. I'll be drawing a triangle here. So this is the triangle. Let's name it. Let's call this side as A, B, C. As usual, angle B is going to be the 90-degree and let's call this angle as theta. So as we know, so the side that is opposite to the 90-degree or right angle is nothing but what? The hypotenuse here. The side which is opposite to the angle in concern is perpendicular, and the other side what was remaining, obviously this is the base. So what we have according to Pythagoras theorem, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of perpendicular plus base square, something like this. Okay, so this Pythagoras theorem can be used to calculate the missing side in a triangle. Okay, if one of the sides is missing, we can calculate the measurement of that side. That we're gonna see in our next lesson. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and yep, share the word. Thank you. I'll see you in the next class.